Well, for more on the embassy reopening, I'm joined now by Michael Shifter. He's president of the Inter-American Dialogue here in Washington. You know, it's interesting that there's John Kerry talking about the progress that has been made, the need for human rights. You got quite a different tone from the Cuban foreign minister at that opening of the embassy today. America mustn't interfere. The embargo must be lifted. To what extent are the two countries on the same page at the moment?
No, I think they're not. There's clearly a lot of differences, and both have acknowledged that. They're both setting out their markers. John Kerry has to talk about human rights. That's what the United States represents. There's domestic political pressures here. And Bruno Rodriguez, the Cuban foreign minister, has to talk about that we have a different system, we have different ideas, a different philosophy, and they're going to have to air those differences and see if they can reach common ground, but it's not going to be easy.
There are several stumbling blocks, Guantanamo Bay, but the lifting of the embargo is a big one for the Cubans.
Huge.
When's it going to happen?
I don't think it's going to happen in the near term. What you could begin to see is maybe a chipping away of the embargo, a weakening of the embargo, an erosion, to the extent that this process of reconciliation gets some momentum and starts moving forward. I think there's going to be a will in the Congress to perhaps lift the travel ban and lift other restrictions, perhaps on remittances and other things. So that would weaken the embargo, but you're not going to have a vote to lift the embargo today.
Because that's what the Cubans really want, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I mean, you know, it's great to have the politics. It's lovely to have the American flag flying outside the embassy. But what they really want is the trade.
They want the trade. And there's going to be restrictions. It's written into law. The President Obama has said we want the embargo lifted. But we have this matter of the Congress and we have the politics in Washington do not favor lifting the embargo in the short term. It's going to take some time.
Okay, and this lifting of the embargo is all the more important, and I've seen what you've written on this, because of Cuba's relations with Venezuela and the state of the Venezuelan economy.
Well, absolutely. I mean, Cuba's clearly in trouble economically, and Raul Castro has shown to be a pragmatist, and he needs support. I mean, the investment hasn't come in. Cuban economy is not growing, and so they want the capital from the United States, but it's real constrained by this embargo. And so the Cubans are pressing hard, but the U.S. politics is not going to budge in the short term. They're going to have to see some movement on the Cuban side, both in terms of foreign investment laws, other laws, as well as signs of political opening. And so far, we haven't seen.
And they're not going to get that prop up from Caracas anymore, are they?
No. Caracas is in deep, deep crisis. It's getting worse and worse. 100,000 barrels of oil a day. They're not getting what they used to get, and so the Cubans will have to get it from somewhere. And the United States is the logical place, but it's going to be tough with the embargo still in place.
Okay, Michael Shifter, thanks very much for coming in.
Thank you.